All right, welcome everybody. This is Randy, and today I'm going to cover some free tools that I've been using that I think all of you guys can use and benefit from. Uh, I got turned on to him by Pat Flynn over at Smart Passive Income, who's just a brilliant affiliate marketing guy. If you haven't checked out his site, go to smartpassiveincome.com. And the tools they're sumome.com is where you can find them. They're the same guys that do deal with AppSumo and things like that. Lots of free tools, some paid tools, some books and resources. And this is the tools we're going to talk about today. There's about a dozen of them, and I'm just going to breeze through the best ones real quick on a site. And as always, this video is brought to you by PAS.net. PAS.net, the world's largest affiliate gaming network. They have CPA offers, rev share offers, you name it, rake back for poker, casino, daily fantasy sports, sports betting. They have a ton of resources, a great back end. They work with all the top rooms, can get you the best rates. So want to give a shout out to those guys for sponsoring these videos. It's a great company. Check them out if you're looking to make more money. They have a lot of affiliate promotions, a lot of player promotions. You name it, and they have it. They're a big company, so they have the leverage to get you the best deals. So again, check out pass.net. And we'll jump right into the rest of this. This is the site SumoMe. You can go here and set up your account for free and get the apps we're fixing to look at. So I wanted to show you that. Again, it's SUMOME.com. Check them out. You can see they're used on a lot of sites, and these apps are really cool. So what you'll need to do is sign up an account here, decide what site you want to try it on, that kind of thing, and then it'll walk you through it. Just takes a minute. And then, if you've got a WordPress site, now these are WordPress plugins, so you'll install them on your site just like any other plugin. I installed them all at once using FTP, which is the simplest way for me. You can also install them through the standard WordPress backend. Once you install them, you'll see this basically. It gives you some step-by-steps. Put in your site ID, which you'll get from signing up at the Sumo site, and then save that. And then you're basically ready to start configuring your apps and things like that. And it's a little different from a lot of WordPress plugins in that you can actually configure them on the front end and not the back end. It was a little confusing at first, but then I understood kind of why they did it. So I've installed them on this site here. And you see this over here in the corner. Only the webmaster will see this when they're logged in. Your players won't see this. They won't see this down here. And now these apps are already installed and enabled. When you get it installed, you'll need to basically start out by choosing the ones you want installed just by clicking the little crown. And you can see here there's heat maps, there's a Smartbar, which is a bar that'll appear at the top of your site. You guys have seen that. You can collect emails, do a call to action, a list builder, so there's a little email option, settings of course, more stuff from the store, content analytics. And this is really cool because it'll basically use your Google Analytics and your site analytics that it's tracking and give you some nice reports and things. An integrated Google Analytics, again, it kind of brings up, if you're not really deep into using Google Analytics, this kind of helps bring some of the most important stats, metrics, and reports kind of the forefront. Welcome Mat, which is basically kind of a redirect landing page kind of app. Notifications, and the scroll box. And again, I'm going to show you what these are. The thing that really excited me was the heat map. Now, I've used CrazyEgg and a few things to check heat maps, and what that is, and we'll show you, you guys know, is basically it tracks users, how they look at your site, what they're reading, what they click on, that kind of thing. And if you click on that, this is already set up. You can see it's already recorded, and this is a couple weeks of data. You can configure this stuff in the side. So, the first campaign is my campaign. Set it to auto record, which we've been doing. And you can basically, enable it and then start looking at what's happening on your site. And heat maps are really, really important once you're trying to understand how users are interacting with your template and with your content. And you can see on here, some of the places, and if you hover over anything, you can see it gives you stats, clicks. You can get an idea of what's happening. This is just a really handy tool to understand how users are interacting on your website. And again, this is a free tool. They do have a paid option for all of these that's like $10 a month, and you can start split testing, get more in-depth reports, do some better designing, a lot of design options, that kind of thing. And I'm going to close out of this just so we can jump on to the next one. But it becomes really important if you're really looking to use some of these. I would suggest probably getting the paid version if you end up using it a lot, just so you can customize the design, do split testing and things like that. And you can see here, this is the Smartbar. You can collect, emails at the top of your site kind of thing. And we actually put it up and enabled it just by accident for a day or two and got a couple people signed up to it. You can see right now it's paused. But you can kind of get an idea what you can use it for. Let me show you what it actually looks like by clicking on design here. And there you go. You can see, so that would hover at the top of your site. You can put it at the bottom or just have it hovering in the middle. It's simple. And again, you can customize this using the free version. Then if you want to get deep into A/B testing and stuff, you can see here on the left, and tracking pixels. That's part of their Pro program, which is $10 a month. But simple, easy. If you want to test it out for free and see if it's actually worth something, then you can do that, which I think is awesome. That way you don't waste money, you don't waste time. I don't know how many times I've bought a service or tried an app or a plugin, paid, whatever it costs, and then figured out I'm really not going to use it that much, but I thought it was a good idea at the time. So anyway, again, Smartbar is pretty cool. List Builder, again, this is another way to capture emails. And if you're not doing email marketing, check out my other video on email marketing made easy, part 1. Super simple. You can try it for $1 a month, using Aweber, and just see what you're doing as far as collecting emails. Because once you get somebody's email, you can really build a relationship with them. So anyway, everybody should be doing emails. And you can see here again, let me show you what this looks like by clicking on design, and you can see the pro options or the A/B testing. Of course, this integrates with all the major email services, Aweber and Vertical Response and yada, yada, yada. But it's something like this that you can either have come up as a pop-up, come up as a light box, just hover at the bottom of your site, just to get an idea. You can customize it. And again, this is free, super simple. Test out, see how many emails you get. Even if you're not using a service, you can actually just get that person's email information, saved within your website, and you can always import those later. So it's a good way to test. Again, this is, these are free tools. I'm not getting paid by SumoMe or anybody to promote this. I just really like free tools that allow you to test things out on your site to see if it's something you can use. And if you can use it, great. If not, try something else or, go a different direction. So I really like tools like this that allow you to play around, especially if you're on a low budget. When I first built websites, I had no money. It was a big deal for me to spend $100 on a logo and a template and, get that going on so it could look semi-professional. So I know how to work within a no budget or a low budget, and tools like this just make it super simple. So that's the email capture app thing. Content analytics, check this out. And I'm clicking on it here. Sorry, my computer's a little slow. You can see 35% average read. We'll view the campaign for this page, and it loads up on your site and gives you, again, stats on what's happening above the fold, below the fold, in your sidebar, where your clicks are, where your action is. And again, this is just free info that we all need to know anyway. And it's just handy to know, set up a free campaign like this, get it going for a couple of weeks, and just see what's happening on your website. And of course, this isn't, this shows more than just the home page. If I clicked on other pages, it would bring up the analytics for that specific page. And Google Analytics does a similar thing, and they're probably pulling that data from there, but that just makes it simple to look at, easy to find. And again, this is free. They have a pro version that's $10 a month or so. So if you end up using it, great. If not, you're not out nothing. So let's move on to the next thing here, the Google Analytics app that they have. And again, you don't have to enable all of these apps. There's several I don't have enabled. But here's a another one. It just pulls your Google Analytics, and and shows you on-page analytics and things like that. Stuff you need to know. This isn't my site. A friend of mine's letting me use it now. I used to own this site, so I don't really want to dig down into the keyword stuff, but it shows all the keywords, things like that, which is getting harder and harder to get through different analytics programs. But again, you can do on-page analytics. It'll pull up your site, just, and really you can drill down and find different things you want to look at. Again, free. This isn't much different from a lot of stats programs that are free, but again, having it all in one place where you can pull it up quickly makes a big difference. So we'll move on to the next thing here, the welcome mat. Now, I've used this a couple times on landing pages and stuff. If you've ever used Optimized Press or various landing page plugins, those things can be really handy depending on what kind of campaign you're setting up. But just to give you an idea of what the welcome mat is, it'll basically, a first-time visitor, it'll redirect them to a specific landing page that you've set up, or something of that nature, so they don't hit your home page necessarily. And you can see the little sample one they have up: double your traffic. If we can't convince you, no one can. And so it's an email capture plus, a redirect here, so you can kind of start out by grabbing their email and then auto direct them somewhere else in your site. So you can see, again, all the stuff on the side: tracking pixels, emails, behavior, A/B testing, services. Lots of cool options there. It's not for everybody, but for, Facebook, social media campaigns and stuff, it's really handy. And let's see, the scroll box. That's the last one I wanted to show you guys. See, I told you I'd keep it quick. I don't know what kind of time we're looking at, but going quick. And let's see the scroll box here, and you can see we have all these paused now, but I just want to show you kind of what it looks like. You can get a good idea of where it could be used on your website. And sorry, my computer's so slow. Again, here we go. It's basically a newsletter kind of thing, but this will actually hover wherever you tell it on your site. So, again, that's a little different from the other email capture, and you can see all the options on the side that you can use for the free version. And then, of course, A/B testing and things like that are part of their paid version, the pro version. And I think all the pro versions are like $10 a month, depending on, and you can get a discount bundle kind of thing, which is great. All of these I don't need, but the heat maps I really like, and the welcome mat's pretty cool. Things like that. And again, these are just free tools. If you're looking for free tools to help better understand the customers hitting your website, the behavior once they hit their website, what they're clicking on, what they're not clicking on, that's all super important information. I know we've talked about this before. Sometimes changing the color of a button, the shape of a button, the location of a button or a link will increase your conversion rate. Just little changes. Just that simple. And a lot of times as webmasters, we kind of, we know we're getting some players, so it must be doing okay. But, if I told you could change the color of a button or the text of a button or the location of a button by a couple inches on your site and you double your conversion rate, that's a no-brainer. But a lot of times you don't have that information unless you're getting, things like heat maps and click maps and really digging into that stuff. It's surprising sometimes when I look at this stuff, and I've been doing this for a decade, and I think I know exactly how a user's going to interact with a certain segment of the site, then I find out I'm completely wrong and have no idea what I'm talking about. But that's the great thing about stats and analytics and heat maps, is you get that information and then and then you can test something else. You can split test, you can do things like that, so there's no doubt anymore of what the right positioning is, what the right call to action text is, what the right color text is. It's just those little things that make the difference between you making $100 in a day or $200 in a day. So keep that in mind. That's good advice for starting out 2016, is don't take anything for granted, no matter how long you've been doing this. I learn something new every day, and I'm sure you do too. And with free tools like this, it just takes all the guesswork out of it. And again, I feel like I should emphasize, I'm not being paid by Sumo Me or Pat Flynn or anybody to pimp these apps and stuff. I just think they're a great free tool. I'm pretty sure there is better tools out there if you're looking to pay for this kind of information, especially with CrazyEgg and some of the other sites like that. But for 5-minute setup, couple days of data. It's free, it's easy to set up, it's easy to use, it's right there, it's in your face. I think it's just something a lot of people could use, even if they don't know they need it. So I would suggest everybody check these out. Maybe you like them, maybe you don't. I'd really love to hear your feedback on it. I'd love to hear if you use different tools for this type of stuff, what works well for you and what doesn't work well for you. So please leave those in the comments. Hit me up with any questions, things like that. As always, please subscribe to this channel. Please give this video a like or a share. I'd really appreciate it. And thank you so much for all the shares and likes on the other videos. I think the last video got like 2,000 something views, which is just mind blowing to me. So I really appreciate it. Keep the ideas coming for new videos. If you want me to discuss something or you want me to interview somebody, please just let me know and I will make that happen. I appreciate all the support, guys. And if you have any questions, comments, just let me know. Have a great 2016.